Hi, everyone. Um, Sorry to be getting this email out to you so late this week. I had to use the superpowers we talked about on Sunday to battle some vertigo this week, which was pretty bad, but I am on the mend, if a little late. Um, so today, a content warning about what I'm about to talk about and probably what may be included in my sermon this Sunday. I will be talking some about abortion care and the idea of mothering. Uh, this week, I'm really feeling grateful for the spiritual grounding some of us engaged in this spring in our book study on Reverend Katey Zeh's A Complicated Choice, Making Space for Grief and Healing in the Pro-Choice Movement. Part of the reason I really wanted us to read that book was that many of us have been expecting this moment to come, the end of Roe v. Wade. And in many parts of the country, abortion care is already inaccessible to many, many people, especially people without a lot of financial resources. The Supreme Court's leaked decision is just kind of another blow to that inaccessibility that already exists. I wanted to share with you all a story this week that Mike Clark gave me permission to share from our book study. We all told a lot of beautiful stories, one of which was Mike telling us about the time before Roe, actually the time even before contraception was legal here in Connecticut. He told us that, wealthy women with connections were able to get birth control here in Connecticut, but others either had no access to it or had to drive to New York State to obtain contraceptive care because it was illegal here. And Mike shared that he remembers First Methodist Church, which is one of our founding churches, raising money for buses to take women from Connecticut to New York so that they could responsibly plan their families and lives, so that no matter their wealth or poverty, they could have some choice in whether or not they would be pregnant, even when that choice was illegal in this state. That makes me really proud to be a part of this church and really proud to be a part of the legacy of those spiritual ancestors, including Mike and Faye Clark, who participated in that work. It's so important for us to tell these stories, right? It's really important that we remember that no matter what happens, we can resist. We can make sure that vulnerable people in our society have what they need to survive and thrive. Through creative resistance, we can make the world just and loving. I know some of you have probably already been out on the streets or enacted some kind of public form of political resistance to the news this week. Below, I want to give you a link to find an abortion fund and contribute to it. These are funds that help people find and travel to clinics where they can receive the care that they and their families need. I'll just end with this thought in Katey Zeh's book. One of the things I remember that when she talks about scripture, she talks about Mary's story in the Gospels, and she talks about Mary as really a young person being entrusted by God to make her own reproductive decision about her own life and body. And this week, I just pray for a world in which we can all have that same opportunity. All right, I'll see you all on Sunday. Bye.